Okay, so today I'm pretty excited because we're going to be reviewing the 2025 Maserati MC20 Night Edition, or in Italian, Night Edition. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right because I do not know Italian, but that's what it is. For those who don't know, this is actually the super limited production MC20, which I will show the limited production parts, which there's multiple. This only comes in black. And that's why it's called the Night Edition, and there's more pieces that I will show a little later in the video. But yeah, this is super limited edition. Now let's talk specs. This car is powered by a 3.0 liter twin turbo V6 that creates 641 horsepower and 538 pounds of torque. All that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission to the rear wheels to help this car get to 0 to 60 in about 2.9 to 2.8 seconds, which is pretty bonkers. It also helps this car get to a top speed of about 202 miles an hour. And all of that starts at a starting price of $215,000, and this car gets 20 miles per gallon, which actually isn't that bad. But Porsche 911 Turbo can get about 21 miles per gallon. But yeah, so all of that with this package starts at about, I believe, like $250,000. And so now that you'll know that, let's get more close into the design features. So the first place we'll start at is the front. And the first thing you notice is this massive carbon fiber front diffuser. A nicely shaped carbon fiber lip spoiler here that actually goes under here, and then this like more circular carbon fiber trim here. This carbon fiber looks really nice, like Ferrari style type of carbon fiber. Got this little like indent in the metal grille, which is actually nice. Some light gold trim on the Maserati logo, which is actually one of the things about the MC20 Night Edition that is different. You can see it's like connected there, but yeah, you got your like self-driving helping type of cameras or sensors right there, which really I feel like don't look that great. It would have been nice if they hid them, but it's fine. You got this other little circle here, not sure what that's for, but yeah. Got your nice little Maserati logo there in blue. Your little nighttime lights, and then tiny little daytime running lights right there, and some more daytime running lights. And actually, fun fact, this trident is actually the trident of, what is his name? Poseidon from Greek mythology. That was his trident, the 3-pointed trident, which is a nice little feature. But yeah, you also have these air outtakes right here, which are nice, good size. Almost remind me of Aston Martins. But yeah, it comes across here and flows over this extremely low roof line right here. So it's actually like only this tall. So this is probably one of the lowest roof lines on any car I've reviewed. But yeah, so also you got some more air intakes here. You can see the radiator back there. And actually, I don't even know if those are actually fake air outtakes, or maybe it's just designed because it looks like air outtakes from like this angle, but they're not. But yeah, you also have a nice little blinker lights, and this is probably one of the biggest things between the night package and the normal MC20 that you'll notice is these nice black and gold trimmed wheels. It seems like brushed gold, which they look really nice. You got big black Maserati brake calipers there. Your brake pad looks nice and sporty. Just riding on Bridgestone tires, which are pretty good. And yeah, it actually looks just like a little LED light right here for when you're turning. Some more like brushed gold MC20 logo, which looks nice. this air intake right here that actually works, and see that massive radiator right there. It comes to right there. This is probably one of the biggest air intakes. Like, I can literally fit my arm in there, how big that air outtake is to cool down like the brakes and stuff like that, so the hot air flows out. And this piece right here actually reminds me of the latest spy shots of the Porsche Boxsters. At least that's in the rear right there. I don't think this one moved, but it looks like it would. You got also this nice little carbon side, which is massive. Beautiful, beautiful carbon fiber. Definitely my favorite thing to have on cars. This reflects, actually, I just noticed, the Lamborghini Diablo and Diablo GTR. They had this type of air intake, but it was like all the way to here. It was massive, but it's actually the same type of style that leads actually up and I believe into the back, because this is actually a mid-mounted 3.0 liter V6. And yeah, you got your rear wheels right here. The doors open up, super duper cool. I'll show you that in a second. And you have more air intakes. They're literally massive, like they're the size of my arm, at least tall. These air intakes right here. You can see like the radiators or whatever in there. Some more tiny little air intakes coming across here. And your gold trimmed Maserati logo. Your gas filler cap. And yeah. So this outside, at least like the front and the side, it is super beautiful, especially in this black and gold trim. I think it just looks really, really nice. And yeah, you got this like almost raindrop shaped front wing roof line, well, more like a teardrop. So if you actually look there, that kind of reminds me of a teardrop coming across here. That's super aerodynamic. Actually, Porsche engineers first had that design idea that'd be the most aerodynamic. You got some more air intakes there. A cool little grill cool little rear windows right here that help let air into the engine. And actually, check out this engine bay. The beautiful 3.0 liter twin turbo V6 covered in nice carbon fiber. That looks sick. And yeah, so we showed you the side. Let's check out the back. You got your nice rear brake light. Really, I don't think it looks that like futuristic, but it looks okay. You got your rear parking mirror. This gets like signal from your favorite radio networks right there. But yeah. And then you also have this red light right here. Your turning lights right there. And your backup lights right here. You got a massive, and like literally this is massive rear diffuser. Well, it's not all the rear diffuser, but the way it stretches from up, down to all the way up, it looks like a massive rear diffuser, completely in beautiful carbon fiber, stretching all the way across to the side. Yeah, you got all the way around here. Your nice, good-sized rear diffuser. And it looks like a flat underbody that's all made of carbon fiber, which is really neat. You got your beautiful, beautiful exhaust. I love when they have these like holes in them. They look really good. And then you got your air outtakes here and here, which actually lets the hot air from the turbos escape, which is nice. Some reflectors here. Some nice Maserati lettering here, and yeah. I believe this is a movable rear wing that can go up like GG, but we can't do that right now. But yeah, this was a really, really nice outside. I want to show you guys one more thing before we hop inside, which is actually this, and I actually just noticed this. If you look at this rear window and listen up closely, it's actually the Maserati logo. Look at that. Because if you look right here, let's find the Maserati logo. You have your points, and you have this lion. You have your points. Let me move to the front here. You have your points, and your lion. So that's your Maserati logo hidden into the glasswork, which is really neat, and I actually just noticed that. And so let's hop inside. Also, I just want to show you guys one more thing, is this nice little wing mirrors right here with a good amount of space to see through. So now let's hop inside. You got a handle hidden up here, and that pops open to reveal beautiful, beautiful gold wing doors. Let me show you what they look like with both of them open. So that's what it looks like when it's open, like Lamborghini and McLaren type of style. It looks really cool. You actually got forged carbon fiber. So this entire door, I believe, is made of completely forged carbon fiber. As you can see, it's stretching all the way to there. It is just looks super duper cool. So now let's sit inside. This is like really, really low. Get inside here. Those doors just look like, I can't explain how much I love butterfly doors. They're just so cool. Pull this handle and they close with kind of a bang, interestingly enough. And now we're inside the Maserati MC20. So, first thing you're greeted by is a nice little MC20 logo with actually a cool little Italian flag. Italians love to represent their country, it seems, because Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and Maseratis and Paganis all have that. And yeah, you got this like nice little stitching here. Your nice leather handle there that's bolted in. It actually reminds me of race-like style, and it actually looks really cool. You got some Sonos Faber speakers, which are nice and high-end. You got your nice little air conditioning system there. Luckily, you have a glove box with an okay amount of storage. Not a great amount of storage, but it has an okay amount of storage. And yeah. So, you also got a little sun visor. Wow, that's probably the tiniest sun visor, since this is pretty much like a race car. They wanted it to be more like a race car. You have this tiny little sun visor with this little screen right here. But to tell the truth, it actually works. Like, it works perfectly fine. It goes nicely into here to save weight. You got your lights there. Everything, you could turn your lights on here. The key's not in. But yeah, you got, I'm not sure what those mean. 1 dot, 2 dot, and 3 dot. I'm not really know what that's supposed to mean. Yeah, you got also windless, sideless mirrors right there. You could turn this and like pop it in if you're using touchscreen, but for some reason they could not turn the touchscreen on. Okay, so they actually said I couldn't do it at first, but actually they now said I can, because now they turned it on, and we're gonna check that out. So you got a little map right there. You could have Apple CarPlay, your media, your comfort. It takes a little while to turn on, but you could heat it or sync it or put the AC on the seats. So like that. You have integrated navigation, which is also pretty nice. You have also your phone. Somebody had a Galaxy S23. And yeah, it's pretty simple design. You could turn the screen off, or like mirror dimmer. You could turn that on. Rear view camera also here, which is nice. You could actually see the carbon fiber on the rear view camera, which is cool. But yeah, if you go here, you could see everything: Android Auto, My Car, Device Manager, your categories. Everything's here. It's pretty simple to maneuver. It's actually, I feel like, kind of not too great of tech. Like, well, it's good tech, it's not really updated, but it's a simple little system. I actually like when stuff's more simple, and this is actually pretty good just for everyday use. And yeah, I believe also this turned on. You could go to wet, or if you turn that, you could go into GT or sport mode, and I believe also racetrack mode, which is neat there. And so yeah, that's all. Oh, you could actually add widgets as well, but it's a simple little system. I hope you like this. Now let's get on with the review. And you have your drive, manual, reverse. Well, I don't know if that means manual, but you just have these little buttons here instead of transmissions, which is actually interesting. Your window switches are actually in the inside, and your lock and unlock buttons are here as well. Your volume for your radio, and then a charging pad that you just put your phone on and it charges it. But yeah, you also got beautiful, nice trim that is completely smooth. It's so straight and it looks really, really good. These seats are also, they hold you in place well. They're not the most comfortable. This interior in general actually kind of reminds me of a Ferrari 296 GTB. That video will be at the end of this video, but don't skip just yet. You got your nice little yellow Maserati logo right there. Some more this like straight type of design. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. And then you got this little like plasticky trim right here, but it looks pretty cool. And it holds you in your place really, really well. Like if I just put my arms like this, it holds me in place pretty legit. So now let's test out the seat belts. They're nice seat belts. They're kind of hard, but probably because this car is pretty quick. But yeah, not bad seat belts. They're actually making some noise just because they're scraping against the like material on the seats. I'm not necessarily sure why, but they are. And yeah, you also got a carbon fiber console here with your like, it's like drilled in, which looks pretty cool. And so you also got this little, wow, I wonder what you could store in there, like an elephant. I did not know what you'd be able to store in there. But you got a USB-C and a USB-D or whatever, charging ports in there. Little storage area. I'm not sure really what it's for. But yeah, you got a cup holders in there. Maserati 4 or Isiri Noti Unadi 50. So, to tell the truth, I have no idea what that means, but I believe this is a 1 of 50 Ferrari Night Edition. Let me check. Okay, so I checked, and that actually does mean it's 1 of 50. I thought this was actually 1 of 100 or like 150, but I guess I was wrong. This is 1 of 50, so it's like it is the rarest car I've ever reviewed, which is pretty shocking. This makes me 10 times more excited that I'm reviewing this car. Out the rear window right here, you can actually kind of see Maserati logo there, which looks pretty neat. Yeah, interestingly enough, look. You can actually see it better from inside with this tiny rear window here. And you can actually kind of see the engine if you lean over there, which is also neat. That has gold lettering, which is cool. Carbon fiber everywhere. Carbon fiber on here. Beautiful carbon fiber on the steering wheel. It has launch control, start-stop button. You have your paddle shifters right there, which are completely made of carbon fiber, which is also neat. Pretty much the entire frame of this is made of carbon fiber, which is super duper cool. And you got some more air vents there. And overall, the interior of this car, it's pretty simple, but it's so like, there's so many cool details in it that it's pretty shocking. And this is 1 of 50, so this is probably one of the rarest cars I've ever seen in my life. And so, now that I've said that, let's near the end of our video. I just want to show you a couple more things, then we'll hop out. You got like a metal plate right here to put your feet on. And then your accelerator pedal over there. Let me zoom in for y'all. Actually, there's a Maserati logo right there, which is pretty cool. And the way we're going to get out is also pretty cool. So let's hop out. Actually, so this little button right here. And it unlocks it, but you have to push it out the rest of the way. and then it pops open. So let's get out. You actually have your air intakes right there. You can see the forged carbon fiber there, and this air intake right here. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of about massive air intakes is that there was actually just a rock that fell out, a tiny little rock. This rock right here, it just fell out because like a lot of rocks and stuff, they get stuck in there and they can't get out. So that's one downside about this stuff. But overall, this is super cool. You got gold MC20 logo lettering right there with carbon fiber. So let's get up, close the beautiful door, and near the end of our video. So I hope you'll like this video. Remember to like and subscribe to Xaaron Reviews, and see y'all next time. Also check out my X account with the link below.